Holy tzaddikim and tzaddikot. Hope everybody is doing amazing. First things first, Mazal Tov to Emily Sklar on her wedding. It is definitely wedding season. I love celebrating alumni weddings. So if we can celebrate together, B'ezrat Hashem, that's the plan. Okay, this week is Parshat VaEtchanan, and it's Shabbat Nachamu. Every year, the Shabbat that follows Tisha B'Av, the saddest day of the Jewish calendar, has a special name called Shabbat Nachamu. Nachamu means to be comforted. It gets that name because in the Haftarah that we read right after reading the Torah portion, the Haftarah starts, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. God is speaking through the prophet Yeshaya, and he's saying, be comforted, my nation, be comforted. And the obvious question we have to ask is, why should we be comforted? What's different now than a few days ago when we were sitting on the floor mourning for the destruction of the temple? I want to take that a step further. It's hard sometimes to connect to the Beit HaMikdash. It really is difficult. What's not hard for us to connect to is the absolute insanity of the world that we live in. It almost seems like each week that I give a short idea, I'm right here on this platform. It's like I'm more and more blown away by the just upside down world that we live in. I'm not too old, but in my lifetime, I don't remember there being this much anti-Semitism in the world. Otherwise, normal people are they're gathering together. Everybody's against this. And it's scary. Let's keep it real right now. It's scary. Everywhere we turn, both physically, unfortunately, it's a scary thing. Jews are being attacked. Not just in Israel, everywhere, walking in the street and on social media or in the mainstream media, everywhere. Jews in Israel, it's all of a sudden, it's like little by little, it's like everyone hates us. And it's scary. So why should we be comforted? Where does the comfort come from? And I want to suggest two ideas that for me give me tremendous comfort. And more than comfort, I think the real message gives me hope. Because comfort is nice, but I want hope for better times. And here are the two ideas. The first one is that it seems like we are getting further and further away from the ultimate redemption. The world is becoming more crazy and more against us. But the opposite is true. Just think about how darkness works. Darkness first starts off, we have daytime, it's light. And then it begins to get dark, little by little, until it becomes dark. And the darkness even increases. In fact, we know that the darkest time of the night is right before dawn. Which means the darker it gets, the closer we are getting to it being light again. And so the crazier the world is, the crazier, the more upside down we see the news and everyone hating us and everyone attacking us, the more we know we are literally right at the end, and the redemption, the Geula, is so close. We can taste it. And the more crazy it is, the more I so deeply believe and know that we are so close. But I'll give you a second idea, which to me gives me so much comfort and so much hope. We are going through some very difficult times as a nation right now. As a Jewish people, in Israel, out of Israel. Like I said, the nations of the world, and with few exceptions, are really against us in a major way. There was a beautiful mashal that I heard this week of a person who was on a plane, and they seems like they're traveling alone, and no one with them. And on this plane ride, there's crazy turbulence. The plane is shaking to the point where the people on the plane are freaking out that the plane is going to crash. But this person who's traveling alone, they're calm, they're cool, and they're collected, right? Maybe a little nervous, but really totally in control. And after the plane lands, someone walks over to this person and says, I noticed that you weren't freaking out, you weren't screaming, you weren't yelling, like, why? And the person responded, you have to understand, I know it's scary, I know it seemed like this is it. This is the end. Like, how is this going to end up good? But for me, I knew that I was going to be okay. How'd you know? Because the pilot is my father. And I know that my father is looking out for me and is going to make sure everything's okay. For me, tzaddikim and tzaddikot, it gives me tremendous comfort. As we go through crazy times right now, I think of the words Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. My people, be comforted. Why? Even though things are crazy, I am the pilot. I'm the pilot. I'm the one who runs the world. I, God, am your father. And so if this is what you need to go through, and even though it's difficult and it's hard and it's scary, I'm the one in charge. And I'm always there for you. Always. I'm always there looking after your best interest, even when it's difficult. Just think about this. A person is going through surgery, and as they go through and there's blood and there's unfortunate, tremendous pain, it's the surgery itself, that pain that you're going through. And as you go more into the pain and more into the surgery, it might become more bloody and more difficult and more painful, but you're getting closer and closer to the healing. So too with us. The comfort comes not from the fact that it's not painful. Of course it is. Of course, not that it's not difficult. Of course it is. Not that we're not going through crazy times. We are going through crazy times. But there's comfort in knowing that, number one, like we said, we're so close to the Gula, to the redemption, the ultimate redemption. And number two, what we're going through right now is not random. It's from Hashem, our Father in heaven, who's there looking out for us. And with those things in mind, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, we, the Jewish people, we should be comforted. We should live with confidence. And we should, how do we respond? Double down on your Jewish identity. Double down on your Jewish unity. Right? Okay, so we cannot rely on the world. And people will turn against us. But each other, family, the Jewish people, my Jewish identity, that's how we respond. That's our answer. I'm not going to cower. I'm going to stand tall and stand proud as a Jew and connect with my Jewish brothers and sisters, because we're in it for the long haul and we're not going anywhere. Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. Be comforted, my people. It's going to be okay. Wishing all the holy tzaddikim and tzaddikot Shabbat Shalom.